Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Today we are making Somali red rice, and to go along with it, we will make chutney gadood or red chutney. And in order to make a good flavorful rice, we do need a delicious flavorful broth. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do that without using any flavor enhancers such as Maggi or anything else that's out there. So let's get started. So for my choice of protein, I'm using lamb today. I did leave some of the fat on there because let's be honest, fat equals flavor. So to make the broth, of course, you need to add the water, salt, and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then I skim off the impurities. Then I add the rest of the ingredients such as the carrots, celery, garlic, and the whole spices. I'm gonna let the meat cook on a low heat for about until the meat is cooked 70%. Once the meat is cooked 70%, then I add my potatoes that are cut into medium-sized pieces. Then I let the potatoes cook for about 5 to 10 minutes in the broth, and it's gonna finish off cooking in the rice. So at this point, my meat is right where I want it. So I added my potatoes, adjusted the salt level, and it's important to do that at this point. If you need more salt, go ahead and add more, and it's really up to you and to your taste. For added flavor, I made my own ghee, but you could totally skip that and use store-bought ghee or use oil. It's really up to you. Once I'm done making the ghee, I move on to chopping some garlic, slicing some onions, and we are ready to put this thing together. On a medium-high heat, I add my ghee into a wide saucepan and I add my onions, and I'm gonna cook the onions until they're nice and golden brown. And then once I have those done, I add my garlic and the cumin, and I saute it in the ghee for about, I would say, only a few seconds. You don't want the garlic or the cumin to burn. And then once I have done that, I add my tomato paste, and obviously that's where the color comes from. And that's not just for color. Something about tomato paste cooked in oil or any fat, it just deepens the flavor of that dish, and so it does add another layer of flavor. At this stage, everything just comes together quickly, so you do want to have all your ingredients ready, lined up for you so that nothing burns and you are moving things around. I saute the tomato paste for about 30 seconds, and then I add my broth in 2 portions so that way I don't burn myself. So I do add a bit of the broth, then remove the meat and the potatoes with using a tong. Then I add the rest of the broth. I just reserve the carrots, and you can use that for something else, or you can even add it in here. It's not a problem. So today I just decided to keep it aside. So I felt like my broth was a bit reduced, so I did add some more water just to have enough liquid for my rice to cook. So that's what I did. I just added some more water, and that's totally fine. It doesn't really matter. Now I'm just adding my cardamom, which I almost forgot. If I had the option of adding it when I was sauteing everything in the ghee, I would do that, but this is fine too. As long as you add the cardamom, then you're okay. So I'm glad I remembered to add it. Alhamdulillah. You definitely cannot make Somali rice without cardamom. You just have to have cardamom in it. I guess you could make it without cardamom if you wanted to, but it's just not gonna have that Somali rice vibe. You know what I mean? All right, finally the rice goes in, and again I check for my salt level, make sure that it's okay. So I added a little bit more salt, and I soaked the rice for 30 minutes. So I would highly recommend that you wash your rice until it runs clear, and be sure to soak it for at least 20 to 30 minutes. Once I adjust my seasoning, I mix it, of course, to make sure everything is well incorporated. I throw the lid back on, leave it on the stove top for another couple of minutes until almost all the liquid is gone. Then I give it another good mix, and I throw it in a 450-degree oven. So while our rice is finishing off in the oven, we're gonna make the chutney gadood or red chutney. It's really simple. All I do is add chili flakes, garlic, onion, tomatoes into my blender, blend those together. Then on a medium heat, I add my oil into a saucepan, and I add 1 cinnamon stick and a little bit of a tomato paste. I saute those together for about a minute. Then I add my tomato puree, some salt, sugar, and I let the sauce reduce completely. Then I add tamarind paste, and tamarind paste is really just tamarind that's soaked in water. And I'm sorry, I lost the clip where I'm showing the tamarind paste being added, but basically I reduce the sauce before I add the tamarind paste, and then once I add the tamarind paste, I reduce it completely again. So our beautiful rice is done. And guys, this combination, I know most Somalis already know that the combination of rice and chutney gadood is so awesome, and it was really delicious. And you know, the that bit of a tang, sweet, spiciness that you get from chutney gadood is just so good. And I hope you found this useful, and please don't forget to like, subscribe. Inshallah, I will catch you in my next one. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.